Hello, Fred Ack here. Fred ACC, all one word. Okay, it is Thursday, February the 27th. It's about 7 a.m. East Coast time. Thursday, February 27th. East Coast time. Why does Fred Ack put this out there? I don't want people to accuse Fred Ack of past posting that I came to you with the Derby winner or the Kentucky Oaks winner, which I did give out, the Stupid Bowl, 11 days before the Stupid Bowl. The only mathematical logical play was the Philadelphia Eagles take the money line. All right, you got some interesting stuff for today. I've got notes. Oh my gosh, notes. XRP, 7 a.m., just looked a few minutes ago, $2.24 each. As you know, I want to thank you all for being here today. This is not financial advice, just the ideas that are swirling around in Fred Ack's head. Fred Ack, it's one and done. I generally don't script this out. This is the extent of scripted out. Just dementia setting in. I'll lose track of some of these things and then I won't mention them. I have to wait for the next posting. I try to bring stuff your way that you don't hear from all the other talking heads. I'm going to give a shout out. There's someone out there, Common Sense Crypto. I happen to tune into him now and then. I like his very upbeat analysis. I also like the fact that he seems like he's very straightforward. Might be a little caught up in the thought that he owns XRP. Human nature, we all are. I own XRP. I'm looking for big things. I try to look at it from the big picture, outside the box. Those are some of the things I try to share with you folks that subscribe. And I hope you're subscribed out there. If you are, you're in tune with what's going on with Fred Ack. If you're not, then you're not part of the club, the gang, Fred Ack's gang. Alrighty, where are we going to begin? XRP at $2.24. I have been posting on here that I think the Bitcoin, that's charade. I'm allowed to use whatever words I want to use. It just seems like I have this cynicism, being a New York City kid, of the big money. The big money bullies around all the small people, which is so great about this XRP. Back with Generational Wealth in October, when I was imploring people to get involved with it at 52 cents, there was plenty of time. It didn't just go up the next day. It took about 2, 3, 4 weeks, then it started to take off. People started to take notice of it. Big money started to take notice of it. 58 billion of these out there, it's big money. Still, the cynicism in me is tugging at me over here. What's going on over here with this thing? I have these different lingering question marks about the XRP people. And this stuff only comes out 5, 10 years down the road. But why does it seem like they're not pushing this thing as strongly as they could be pushing it along? Maybe the thought is that they don't have to. And I'm fine with that. They got to do whatever is best for them, which is what they're going to do. Everybody's going to do what's best for them. Let's take a peek at the notes here. Alrighty, so going through history, some person named Gutenberg invented the printing press. That revolutionized communications because they were able to print many publications of things, and people learned to read, in the advancement of society somewhere around 1500. Okay. And there's been numerous different things along the way. What his first name was, but Morse the code. Morse code, 1848, I think. You guys got to check. You always got to check things out with everybody, including Fred Ack. These specifics are not that critical, so it really doesn't matter that you check them out. But he started the Morse code with the telegraph. That improved communications over long distances. What do we got on the notes over here? Okay, so what do we got over here? Then there was some guy, Bell. Alexander Graham Bell, I think his name was. If I remember what was pounded into my head 50 years ago from history. From off of the telephone, it slowly evolved into cell phones, into payphones, cell phones, satellites, on and on and on. Now you got this thing here, this computer in your hand. Had the Wright brothers, I don't know, 1904, something like that, Kitty Hawk. They came up with the airplane. Spun it around for 30, 40 seconds, 55 seconds, whatever it was. And off that, 25 years later, you had the Spirit, 20 years later, the Spirit of St. Louis. Lucky Lindy going across the ocean. It's down there in the Smithsonian Institute. Pretty cool, free thing to do in D.C. Check out the Smithsonian. Where is the point on my head? The point that I'm making with all this is that there's an evolution that goes on. And so there's an evolution that's going to go on with the crypto world. Somewhat now, I use these analogies from my head to get them over into your head. I could take a large square block of cement and I flip it over on its side, and I flip it over on its side again, and I go from New York to California. Each day I flip it a little bit. After the first 500 miles, the corners start to chip off on it. By the time I get to California, it's probably smoothed itself all the way into a wheel. That is the progression. Nothing happens in 5 seconds. I understand all that. What was the guy's name? Come here, Watson. Was it Bell? I don't remember who it was. But they took their invention to the 1876 World's Fair in Philadelphia. That's what I scribbled down here. Okay. Took years to get the patents. It was archaic, limited. This is the telephone. Watson, come here. Or Watson, come quick, or something like that. The offshoot of all that was the birth of AT&T, the American Telegraph and Telephone Company, which dominated for the next 70, 80 years. How does that all correlate over to XRP? Usually, when somebody has something that they've been creating, they want to show the world. Probably on the grand stage. I'm waiting for the grand stage for XRP. Seeing is believing. I think I spoke in yesterday's postings about the darts and the bullseyes. If the people that run XRP would start to show some demonstrations, some demonstrations about how this stuff functions and how it saves money and time. Time is money. Time is a commodity. Those of you who know, sugar, oil, lumber, gold, platinum, time. It's a commodity. That's probably where that saying comes from in the New York Minute. So, when we go back to the XRP, wouldn't this start to have an impact on people if they started to show some demonstrations of, I'm going to send $2,000 to my Uncle Ernie in Siberia, well, wherever. Bing, 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 and Ernie's got it. Holy spit. Those are the kind of things that start making believers out of people. As I alluded to yesterday, there are so many different offshoots. Let me see some of my offshoots here. Where's my offshoots? Okay. Lost XRPs. There are hundreds, probably thousands, maybe millions of different things that XRP, once XRP or something else becomes the monetary movement globally around the world, which is fast, inefficient, low energy, split second, so many different things. Sending money with SWIFT, my wife does it to Brazil. It takes 2 to 2.5, 3 days. You pay 15 bucks, 20, $18 on and you're getting the exchange rate. They're ripping, everybody's getting their little pieces. Everybody's slicing. So many different avenues that XRP could be used in. Started to allude to them yesterday. Here's just one of them. I've always been the kind of person that if I have something that's interesting, you guys can take this and run with it. You might be able to figure something out and say, wow, that's a really good idea. The storage of XRP, right now, there is a whittling down of crypto XRPs. Things are getting whittled down. I have guests in the background. All right, everybody wants to get in on a Fred Act. Yeah. Come on over, say hello. Hello. And as always, this is not financial advice, just the ideas that are swirling around in Fred Act's head. Still, be that as it may, some entity is going to come up with a way to store your XRP so that you don't lose it if you lose your access codes. We've all heard about, true or not, I don't know, the person had 4,000 Bitcoins on his laptop, ended up in a garbage dump in England somewhere, and he was offering people half of it to help him recover it or something. Possibly true. I'm sure there's a large amount of attrition, whether it's Bitcoin, cryptos, all different kinds of cryptos. It's kind of like money. You're walking down the street, you drop some bill, $10 bill out of your pocket, it's gone. No one's going to come up to you and be like, hey, is this your $20 bill? Is this anybody's $20? It's everybody's $20 bill. So there's a certain amount of attrition, but there's also bank accounts. And some companies will figure out how to capitalize on storing people's crypto things and so many other offshoots. Gift cards, this stuff, real estate, sporting events, memorabilia, everything one way or another can be connected to some type of monetization, which right now we use fiat currencies. Alrighty, so XRP is at $2.24. It's Thursday, February the 27th. It's a slow process to becoming generational wealth. Not going to happen split second, but it could just easily start to move. The next thing you know, when I spoke about it at 52 cents, it's over $3. Now it's back under $3, close to $2. You can get in here. Let's just say you turn around, you shake the piggy bank, you squeeze them. Everybody's got money laying around somewhere or whatever. $224, you could buy 100 XRPs. 10, 12, 15 years from now, the thing's at $3,000. 100 XRP is worth $300,000. $300,000 for a $224 investment. Is it possible? Absolutely. Is it a sure thing? Definitely not. Fred Act gives it to you straight. Probably if you're just looking to jump in and make some money, I would say at $2.91, 92 cents. If it crosses that number there, it is going above $3 and quickly. You can just jump right in. Your percentage chance of making money will increase dramatically. Whereas here at $2.24, sure, you're getting in cheaper. Is it a sure thing? I think that it is. Which is why I implore, I'm pounding the table. Pound, pound, pound. Get yourself 100 of these. If you don't, it could be life-changing. Nothing like 300,000. At 30,000, you'd have a whole lot of money. If you don't have 100 of these things, you ought to get them, because you're going to miss out big time. It's going to take time, but all of a sudden, you'll see this thing start going up. The big money is supporting it. That tells you something. Just like I had spoken about, the collateralized CMOs, the collateralized mortgage obligations, it was spitting them out to people while they knew they were about to collapse. So of course, you salt the the pond over here to make it look like the fish are running. Meantime, you're selling all your fish. I think that's what was going on with Bitcoin. That's a poor analogy. At any rate, I'd like to thank you all for being here today. Just consider some of what I'm mentioning, that XRP will have so many different utilization stuff we haven't even thought about, dreamed about. Any comments you have, leave them on down below. Love the comments about my t-shirt, about my notes, my haircut, lack of it, yada, yada, yada. Hit the likes, the don't like, subscribe. Tell your friends. Don't tell your friends. Whatever. May all your days be winning ones. Once again, I'd like to thank you all for being here. And by all means, you can ask any of these kinds of questions to some of those big talking heads. And I don't mind if you want to reference Fred Act. What's this Fred Act guy? Is this guy out of his mind? Yeah, he's going to be out of his mind with a lot of money. Already on his way. Thanks for being here. May all your days be winning ones.